Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. For those of you that don't know, I am Nahkila Isha of Ashworth Scott Life Sculpting. I'm a divine interpreter, psychic life coach, and mentor here to assist you with elevating to your next level of greatness by activating your spiritual gifts, developing them, and just building that deeper connection to source. Okay. By doing so, guess what you're able to manifest? Abundance. All right. So it's exciting. I'm excited to be here with you guys. So this is for Gemini. Top now, bottom. You guys, let me just tell you, we're in this energy right now because this positive movement forward card keeps coming out. It keeps coming out. Okay, so we got balance, the waiting game. Good job on your patience is what's come in. Positive movement forward. And then look what came in reverse. Intuition. We're going to start that way. Gemini, why is this in reverse? And why haven't you been following your intuition, Gemini? Come on. Don't be doubting yourself. You know that spirit is talking to you. You know that spirit is moving through you. And here's the thing. When spirit is guiding you, it doesn't matter what you're being guided to, right? It doesn't matter. I had a boxer session with one of my sisters in life in the mentorship, right? And I was sharing how when some of y'all have heard the story, but when I divorced my husband, right, my first husband, I left everything and I started over and I was going through a lot. One of those things was a big, huge, ways. Yeah, I was sharing how years ago, 2017, I was watching this motivational speaker. Some of you know who she is. She has Speaking Right, right? And I was logged in from my cell phone and on my laptop. And as I was this free event that she was doing, and Spirit said go, right? So as soon as I heard go, I jumped off and I bought my ticket. I didn't even think about it. Now, when I tell you my money, I was so poor I couldn't afford the OR. Okay, I was there in a whole experience. We had this thing we were doing. And I get a call from my second husband and was saying we had an eviction notice on our door. Okay, that's how broke I was. But Spirit said go. I didn't think about how I was getting there. I didn't think about room and board. I just know that Spirit said go. So when I got it, I got the ticket. Then I instantly went into like, anybody like the roommate? You know, like, would you like the room with me? Spirit made a way. And when I tell you, from me doing that, I'm still reaping the benefits from that today. From me stepping out on faith and releasing the fear, right? And this is being shared because a lot of what the fear is when spirit guides us, sometimes it is a fear of not being good enough. Sometimes it is a fear of, not being ready or whatever it is. And a lot of times it's a fear because it's associated with money, right? And so I oftentimes tell you all, no matter what your situation is, when spirit guides you and you step out on faith, unwavering faith is the key. And you know and you trust, spirit always makes a way, right? Always makes a way. And then you'll be blessed beyond what you could have imagined by doing it. To this day, I still have clients that were a result of, and I'm still receiving clients that were a result of that event, right? Number one thing that happened, I was asked to speak at this conference. The conference wasn't what I thought it was. And in reality, if it was left up to me, I wouldn't have did it because that wasn't necessarily something that I would have attached to my brand, right? But Spirit said do it. So Spirit said, so that's what I did. It didn't matter about the brand and nothing else. When I tell you there was only one guest outside of us speakers, mhm, and outside of like I brought my mama with me too. But I met three amazing women that I connected with, four amazing women at five. I met a lot of amazing women, right? But out of the group of women, three of the women joined my mentorship, right? From that event, I have a client that is still a client to this day. Now, she was actually from the event. We were sitting at the table asking about this program together. She's been my client since 2017, right? And then from that, like people coming in from that, but it was all rooted in that one leap of faith, right? That sometimes you guys you'll notice like I'll look like I'm staring off into space or I'll be telling you something and I kind of pause because I'm receiving other stuff. So bear with me. Y'all that know me know, and y'all that don't, it just kind of looks weird. But anyways, from that leap of faith, so much has come from it. There was another time, some of you have heard this story, where there's this body and brain company in Washington State. And I was told by Spirit to sign up. Now, I ain't never heard of no yoga classes being as expensive as these yoga classes were. Okay? Almost $2,000. That's ridiculous. I say, I don't care how good it is. It was a no for me until Spirit said, it's a yes. Okay. That money that I had in my pocket was actually going towards paying off the retreat location. That year it was in Sedona, right? But Spirit said what Spirit said. I kid you not. The first time I go to my first class, on their little bulletin boards, guess what? They have a retreat every single year at the same retreat center that I was hosting my very first retreat at. That was not a coincidence. That was Spirit saying, "Oh, I'm driving. Are you riding or are you walking? Because I'm driving. The door's open. Hop in. You could walk, you could get drugged, or you could come get in this little passenger seat, and you could just tell me what you choose, and I'll take you there with ease, right?" So when I say this to you guys, and this is not even pertaining to you working with me, this is pertaining to whatever Spirit guides you to do, whatever your doubt is. And there's so many other things that I could name, but these are major ones, right? Major ones. Just do it. Just do it. But when you do it, don't sit there in fear and in worry, right? When you do it, trust and know that Spirit has your back, right? And again, it's not just related to money. Sometimes it can be leave that relationship. Sometimes it can be start that relationship, right? Sometimes it can be chop all your hair off and you don't even know. And then you go to some event and there's fire and it falls on your head. And if you had all that hair, you'd be walking around like Michael Jackson, right? You just never know. But the one thing that we can rest assured in knowing is if Spirit guides us, it's to serve us. And it serves us to do what we're guided to do with unwavering faith, right? It's little things. You do it one thing at a time, right? And then you build that faith and you build that confidence. And then next thing you know, you just living totally Spirit led and life's a ball, right? Okay, so positive movement forward, the waiting game and balance. This balance card is what's standing out the most, Gemini. It's time for you to create more balance in your life, right? You've gotten a little distracted and you're kind of leaning more to this side and not enough to this side. It's time for you to really just create that balance between work and play, between spirituality, work, and play, right? And it's really coming in to focus more time on yourself and your spiritual practice, Gemini. It's time for you to start doing that, right? It's time for you to start a little bit more. You may be like, but I ain't a little bit more, a little bit more. There's something that Spirit is really at your door knocking to deliver to you, not to you through somebody else, but directly to you. But it requires you to be more in meditation, more in that stillness, more in that silence. And your meditation doesn't have to look like Nam Yoho Renge Kyo. Your meditation can look like, let me lay in this bed and breathe for 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes. We done with the 5 minutes, y'all. That really don't get you nowhere except building a habit. You're really not receiving too much with 5 minutes. So we're going to just stop saying that because we've grown a little bit more, right? We don't have to convince ourselves. We know the benefits, right? And this message is major. It's going to shift your life. It's going to shift your life. And look, this waiting game will be over. And this is what you're going to get from it. Positive movement forward. But it requires you to follow your intuition, be more in balance in order for you to receive. Stop neglecting yourself, not just yourself in your spiritual practice, but yourself, period. More self-love, more self-love, more self-care, right? And more patience with self. Okay, Gemini? Anything else? Okay. Look at the bottom. You said look at the bottom. Now the bottom just changed. Which bottom? Ah, okay. Because there's two now. Oh, look. There's at the bottom on the top. Oh, and this is a much different message than that other bottom. But this is what's in store for you, right? That harmony. That's what's in store for you. Okay, Gemini?